So the New Testament, if you're talking about Mark, Matthew, John, Luke, those aren't in the Dead Sea Scrolls, right? And the Dead Sea Scrolls were never thrown in the sea. It's just the location. They were found in caves. Okay. Is there a book called Tobit? Right? There is not. But if you were to get a Catholic Bible, you would have a chapter called Tobit that you don't have here. You see what I'm saying? So what does that mean? It's not an English translation issue, right? Like this is a new King James. What they did, they improved the English to the way we speak, right? That's not an issue. But when you get
I could make the same argument and say that it's not the same English we speak. Because it has, we don't say art thou.
But that's been taken out, right? No, like this, yeah, it has. Read it, yeah. See, because this is New King James. There is no art and thou.
Well, the New King James that I read has all of that.
I don't think so, bro. You're making it. You sure? It must be the old original. Really? Sure. Yes. Can you?
Because I cannot. It's in my house, so I cannot show you.
Right.
But I go by
New King James.
I go by the oldest.
Okay. But
because
what is the oldest?
Thing we have.
What is the oldest?
The oldest that I believe is 1780. Right, and it's the closest things we have.
1780.
Like so, me, as someone who values history,
gotcha.
I have to go to the closest to the actual source.
Codex Sinaiticus is 4th century. Wouldn't that be older?
Yes, but like I said, persecution. Books were burned. People were.
But we have the Codex Sinaiticus.
Yes, because they were found in the sea after being dumped in the sea.
Codex Sinaiticus.
The Dead Sea Scrolls. Yes.
You're thinking about the Dead Sea Scrolls.
And then we have another.
Oh, okay, hold on, bro. Chris, listen. I like you, bro. You're wrong, and I'm going to be nice. I'm trying, okay? The Dead Sea Scrolls are not called the Dead Sea because they were dropped in the sea. The Dead Sea is a place between Jordan and Israel. May Allah free Palestine, right now. So that's why they call the Dead Sea, not because they were dropped in the sea. They were found in a cave, and they're the Old Testament, not New Testament.
Yes. Oh,
yeah. So the New Testament, if you're talking about Mark, Matthew, John, Luke, those aren't in the Dead Sea Scrolls, right? And the Dead Sea Scrolls were never thrown in the sea. It's just the location. They were found in caves. Okay. And the Dead Sea Scrolls are between 200 BC to 70 AD. So they're nowhere close to the time of Moses, right? The New Testament, if you talk about Hebrews and all that, right?
Yeah.
The earliest manuscript you have is called Codex Sinaiticus.
Yes.
And it's 4th century. So 1700, you will be way past. Yes. King James was in 1611, right? Now, the New King James, why they call it new? Because they took all the language, very hard English out of it, right? Then you have NIV that has changed verses, right? Which ESV and all of those are based off of. Then you have the Book of Mormon. For example, Mormon Christians, that's a whole different thing, right?
Smith,
exactly, right? So now, the Quran's not like that. The Quran is only one. So if you take the earliest manuscript, Sana'a Quran, the Birmingham Quran, and you take one today, it's the same. Now, English translations could use different words, right? Like you said, instead of saying "thy knoweth not," you would say "you do not know." That's fine. But the chapters cannot change. So how the Catholic Bible and the Ethiopian Bible has chapters that are not in this. That's the difference, right? For example, even if you look at the Jehovah's Witness translation called the New World Translation, they took verses out. They did, right? So this is where the difference comes in. We as Muslims, all of us have one Quran. So when you have a Quran, the first chapter is Al-Fatiha, the last is Surah An-Nas, 30 juz, 114 chapters, every Quran will have that, right? And in Arabic, it will be exactly the same. Even the difference in pronunciation, which we call qira'at, like for example, you say Malik Yawmiddin or Malik Yawmiddin, that's just it's a mudud, right? Even that has to be attributed back to the Prophet, peace be upon him, right? So there is the difference. Unlike a missing book, right?
What I'm going to do then,
yes.
I'm going to look at the history of the Quran.
Excellent.
My own time.
Good.
I'm going to look all the way back as much as I possibly can.
Do it.
Yeah. Okay? Any type of source, not just the Quran, but anything that can...
I like how you research.
That's good, but
and I'm going to do the same for the Bible too.
For the Bible part, exactly.
Just and I will pray to God, and He shall guide me.
But,
that's what I can say.
But just like he said with the Bible, the Codex Sinaiticus, when he says it's different, the story of the adulterous woman is not in Codex Sinaiticus. It's not like the King James that you have today. It's not the same thing. The story of the adulterous woman is not there. The Great Commission at the end of Matthew, it's not there. 1 John 5:7, it's not there. All of those have been removed. They're not there. Not only that, Codex Sinaiticus has books of Apocrypha inside of it that you don't have,
which are not in the Bible today. So your
So
oldest manuscript has books that are not in King
completely
James.
different than what you would be reading today.
Like I
So
said,
if you want to your oldest manuscript,
I will check the history out myself.
Excellent.
I will pray to God.
yeah,
Perfect.
That's
That
good.
is it.
That's it.
what
That's
I'm getting
good.
this.
That's
all we
beautiful,
want.
Chris.
That's all we want. Is, just be honest and open-minded when you do that. You know what I mean? That's it. That's it.
I
But
wouldn't be here. I wasn't open
I
minded.
love
also, too, what that question you asked about sacrifice, just to let you know, those sacrifices in the Old Testament for unintentional sins. Unintentional sins were what those sacrifices for. If you check the beginning of like Leviticus, you'll see they weren't for if you commit murder, adultery. You couldn't go just sacrifice a goat, right? What was the penalty? Exactly. It wasn't just a sacrifice. So sacrificing was just for unintentional sins. Okay, it wasn't for everything. Yeah. So just to clarify on that point, because you had asked
You
about it.
believe that sin is not inherited? Sin is your action?
We don't
Yes.
believe in original sin.
Yes, sin is an action. I do not. Now think about it, right? Do you believe in the original sin? Yeah, like think about it, right? Let's say your dad shot somebody. Would it be okay to arrest you for it?
Well, let's say a baby came out. Let's say a baby.
Yeah.
To hit their parents.
Yeah. Go ahead.
What is that?
If what happened?
Who taught the baby to hit the parent?
So, okay, look,
When little kids,
I got you. I got
they're
you.
not conscious yet.
I got you.
When they hit their parents,
I got you. That's not a
who taught
sin.
them that?
Nobody, right? Think of it, right? A baby is innocent. He doesn't know hitting is wrong until you get the ability to make a conscious decision. We don't consider that a sin. Meaning, for example, right now, right? If a baby come and stepped on your shoe, would you be like, "What, man? We trying to step on my shoe?" No, it's a baby, doesn't know, right? But if a grown man comes and is like, "Boom," right? You're gonna be like, "Back up off me," right? Why? Because he knows what he's doing. So a baby doesn't know what he's doing. We don't consider that a sin. We believe all babies are born pure, right? Like you ever seen a child being born, right? A little baby. You don't look at it and go, "Sinner," right? Right? You know what I'm saying, right? That's a child. He doesn't know. As the infant grows, he starts to learn right from wrong. If a baby comes and takes your watch and walks away, crawls away, a little infant, you're not going to be like, "Thief!" Nah. But if a 14, 15, 16-year-old comes and he's like, right? You're like, that dude knows what he's doing. So in Islam, every child is born pure and innocent. And until they hit the age of puberty, where they know right from wrong, we don't consider them sinful. We consider them children that are learning. We educate them, right? Once you know right from wrong, your cognitive development has gone to the age of puberty. From then on, you're held accountable only for your own actions, not for others, right? So if your dad did something or your granddad did something, you don't inherit sin, right?
But
That's how we
even
take
the
it.
Bible teaches us, though, in Ezekiel 18, the father doesn't bear the sin of the son, and the son doesn't bear the sin of the father. It's in Ezekiel 18. Exactly what you're just talking about. There is no original sin according to this. The soul who sins shall not die. The son shall not bear the guilt of this other translation is sin. Bear the guilt of the father, nor the father bear the sin of the son. Then even he goes on to say, but if the wicked man turns from all of his sins, which he has committed, keeps all my statutes, and does what is lawful and right, he shall surely live. He shall not die. None of the transgressions which he has committed shall be remembered against him. So God won't even remember if he turns from his sin and repents to God. God won't even remember it.
That's in the Bible, right? Not Muslims. We believe God remembers everything.
Original sin, but even here he's saying there's no sacrifice needed. God is saying just turn and I will forgive you, as if it didn't even happen in the Bible.
You feel me?
I'm going to study more and pray to God.
Excellent.
Only God can guide me.
There you go. Good.